Let's go now to our friend Beimnet Abebe from Galaxy Trading. As always, Beimnet, welcome to Galaxy Brains.
Thanks for having me.
So I see equities are down a little bit. Bitcoin is stabilized after coming down. You have the Ethereum ETFs, and I saw more Mt. Gox distributions. What are you tracking this week?
Tracking almost everything, but the biggest kind of thing impacting risk sentiment is tech stocks. NASDAQ is down 3%-ish today, which makes it the largest drop since December 22. And you've got some concerns around the semi industry. You've got concerns around just over concentration of kind of the top market cap names. You've got what looks like a trend that's become exhausted, and you've got data in the U.S. that's started to turn pretty aggressively. I highlighted a couple weeks ago the ISM services being below 50, but you've just continued to get kind of soft data. New home sales were weak today. And as a function of this kind of weak data, you've had bonds, rally, and so you're seeing 2-year yields at the low end of the trend. You've got more than 2 cuts baked in for this year. So you've had kind of a repricing of the Fed policy path as a function of data. In addition, you had comments by Ballot, former Fed member, this morning that were dovish as well. So that's creating a little bit of a bid to bonds. And you've also had the curve kind of steepen. And so it's really kind of watching this intersection between softening data and trends and positioning that are correcting. And so everybody, as a function of just, the broader strength and momentum, had been getting long tech, had been getting short small caps, and you've seen an unwind of that kind of positioning. In addition, you've had a very strong rally in fixed income that I think has room further to go. And in spite of that, Bitcoin is holding up really well. And I think that it goes to kind of the big it speaks to how big the conference is this week, right? You've got a former president and a likely future president, DJT, speaking about Bitcoin at a conference. You've got the vice presidential candidate. You've got RFK Jr. And you've got, as you tweeted the other day, there's 7 sitting U.S. senators at Bitcoin Nashville.
Those are just the ones I know of.
That's
also,
just the ones
right?
you know of. And there are rumors that Kamala Harris was going to potentially join, that Elon Musk. Long story short, Bitcoin is a political issue. There are tons of single issue voters, and I think both sides are awake to that reality. And no matter what is said or done at after Bitcoin Nashville, I can be confident in the fact that crypto is a mainstream issue. It's a bipartisan issue, and it's something that is going to get addressed by whoever wins the presidency. And all signs point to a loosening of regulations and just more openness for crypto. In addition, when you have days like today with NASDAQ down 3 and Bitcoin up 1, it only reinforces the idea that it is a diversifying asset. It is providing you a unique stream of returns. And if you really think about what the crux of like long-term investing, is about, is finding, these streams of uncorrelated returns and putting them into a portfolio. And so, I think, more days like today, and you're going to have people that are looking at NASDAQ as a big part of what they do. And, they're going to be thinking about Bitcoin more so. And then lastly, I just have to touch on the Ethereum ETF product. I think it's a major milestone for the industry to get this product through. And ultimately, I think this is going to help boost adoption, and there's strong arguments as to why it's also a good diversifier in a portfolio. However, I would like to highlight that there's still a ton of supply that is probably going to get redeemed out of the Grayscale product. They had $486 million worth of net outflows from that product, and so I do think there's going to be a little bit of pressure just from redemptions out of that ETF. But once you churn through that supply, you're left with a product that's going to have passive inflows that's roughly a third of the market cap of Bitcoin. And over time, I just continue to think that folks will just put this in their portfolio, and it'll just start trending higher. And so short term, I'm cautious on ETH. I think Bitcoin's probably a better long going into the conference, but long term, I think this is great for the space. And if you see what Hester Pierce said last week, she said there's a path forward for in-kind creates and in-kind redemptions for the ETH product and for Bitcoin. And so as long as we get a new administration that's open to crypto, a little less hostile, I think these products are going to get better over time, and they're going to continue to provide diversified returns, and they're going to continue to draw new investors.
Yep, there you go. Beimnet Abebe from Galaxy Trading, my friend. An exciting week. Thanks for coming on Galaxy Brains.
Pleasure.